Budget talks will continue tomorrow as the new Legislative Assembly reaches its third day of discussions for the 2013 to 2014 budget. Honourable Premier Toke Talangi said he is pleased with the discussions so far. He said his government's aim is to ensure the sustainability and development of the island and to ensure everyone benefits from the budget. As for tomorrow's budget discussions, he said there will be no changes or new announcements regarding the budget. Yesterday's budget meeting discussed the expenditures of the Department of Agriculture, Forestry and Fisheries at $858,000. Environment Department calculated $247,000, Met Services at $184,000, House Services at $2,300,000, Justice Department at $698,000, and Police Department expenditures at $471,000. Tomorrow's final meeting will discuss Public Works Department budget, tourism, telecommunications and post, Niue Power Corporation, Bulk Fuel and Broadcasting Corporation of Niue. Government's move to transform some of its infrastructure services in the public works and civil sector has seen some changes to some of its costs. Currently, a 1-hour cost for the bulldozer to plough a plantation is $80, but that is about to change with a staggering $222.36 charge. Honourable Premier Toke Talangi said the Board of Directors has agreed to the changes but will relook at the cost. The new charge, he said, is the right cost and government has always subsidised the usage of its machinery. However, he said the use of machines for private jobs like plantations is only 20%, and 80% of the time government machinery is used on projects that is funded. And other changes to some of the costs in the civil division include building chips, which have increased to $184.40. Ready-mix half-load is at cost of $120 and full load at $235. Limestone or makasea is $118 a load. For villages outside Alofi South and Makefu, there will also be additional transport costs involved. Statistics Niue has revealed vital statistics figures for the April to June quarter that reveals a net migration of 146. According to the report, the total arrivals recorded for the second quarter was 2,236, whilst there were 2,090 departures. For the arrivals, there were 1,882 total visitors, with 532 Niueans and 1,359 non-Niueans. There were also 34 visitors that indicated the intention of becoming residents, and the total returning residents was 354. At the end of the quarter, Air New Zealand was the main carrier, transporting a total of 4,105 passengers to and from New Zealand. A majority of visitors were from New Zealand, accounting for 80.5%, and Australia 9.5%. For departures, there were 404 departing residents, with 24 of those residents indicating they were leaving permanently. As for returning visitors to their country of destination, there were 1,686. The average earning from visitors was recorded from Niuean visitors $282,200. Niuean visitors contributed to about $282,200 in total, which averages out to about $594 per person spent. Non-Niuean visitors contributed a total of $1,047,400 with an average spending of $865 per person. This was the average amount expended by visitors who have departed and returned to their usual country of residence as stated in their departure cards. Figures show that the most effective means of visitors finding out about and deciding to come to Niue was through other Niueans or family and by word of mouth. Niue High School has taken a new turn to encourage physical activity in the school, rolling out their DEAR program this term. The Drop Everything and Run program is a result of a health-promoting workshop held over the last school holidays with teachers and health personnel to address non-communicable diseases. NCDs are a great concern in the region and have been attributed to a lack of physical activity, poor diet and lifestyle choices. With the start of the third term, the new program was established straight away. On Tuesday and Thursdays, students and staff drop everything for the last 20 minutes of the day to either run, stroll or jog around the field as long as they are physically active. Niue High School Acting Principal Susie Wells says that the response so far has been positive and it is a good way to round off the day where students can talk with teachers. This is only the beginning, but the school is hoping that it can build further health-promoting activities into the school environment. Village councils around the island will be receiving a substantial boost to each annual grant for village development and maintenance. Honourable Toketalangi said the decision to increase village council grants result from a meeting with village councillors to determine what each council need assistance with. He said the $2,000 remuneration for individual councillors will be paid out quarterly. Premier Talangi said the $10,000 for each village council is for maintenance and village development that will also be dispersed by remittance rather than a payment of a lump sum. He said the main reason for the increase is for incentive that will encourage councillors to work hard and develop each village community for everyone. Premier Talangi also called on all communities to work together with the village council to ensure prosperity for all. Niue Police is calling for public cooperation and information to find the culprit or culprits who unlawfully broke into Claytons Bar. It is alleged Claytons Bar was broken into sometime in between Friday evening to the early hours of Saturday morning, where the main door was forced open and alcohol was taken. Police have spoken to a few people who are known to have been driving around in the early hours of Saturday morning. Police continue to investigate the matter. In addition to this matter, other incidents over the weekend have raised some public concerns where alcohol has been involved, such as people fighting at clubs, drinking and parties at public locations going well into the early hours of Sunday. Chief of Police Tony Edwards says that the department continues with their ongoing work to monitor and ensure public safety and hope that the presence of police out on patrol is one way forward. However, there also need to be some level of public or community cooperation as police can only respond to matters if and when reported. And to end our news bulletin for tonight, over 40 canoe fishermen went out in the water in the weekend competing in the Lakepa pre-show day fishing competition. However, one interesting development was that due to accessibility and rough nature of the seas to the eastern side of the island, a bit of negotiating with the Alofi South VC meant that fishermen were able to launch off and fish in Alofi waters. With the frequent waka fishing competitions, it appears that it is in for a revival, with a lot of young fishermen up for the challenge. There were some interesting catches of the day, with some people missing out while others had better luck. The heaviest individual bottom fish caught by William Pasisi was a 3.8 kilo snapper. Second went to Pau Pau Tonga with a flame snapper, and third RP Motufo with a black trevally. Total bottom fish prices went to Sione Hekilaulahi in first with 7.4 kilos of fish, second William Pasisi and RP Mutufo in third place. The largest pelagic fish was caught by young Darren Mangatongia, a tuna weighing in at 13.2 kilos. and the second and third prizes went to Ricky Marcani for his 2 tunas caught on the day. The overall champion of the day went to Ricky Marcani, who was delighted with the prizes and win. Sentiments shared by those present on the day was an encouragement to the upcoming fishermen to continue with the skill of fishing from canoes, hoping for better catches with a bit more experience. The day concluded with a barbecue feast hosted by La Capa Village and continuation of celebrations in anticipation of the show day in La Capa this coming Saturday. That's our news bulletin for tonight. Good evening.